What's up, Fineables? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm excited because I have another beauty video for you. So like I said in my last one, I'm so excited to bring back more beauty content. Obviously, I'm going to mix it around. In case you keep missing any announcement or anything, I'm going to say it a couple times. All vlogs, cook with me's, eat with me's, shop with me's, videos with Glenn will all be on one channel. I'm not separating anything. I'm setting the mood with a candle because since I have revamped my filming room and I have so much more space, it's not a fire hazard anymore. So today I said, okay, what video do I want to film? Because I don't want to do another video right after just filming new products again. And I thought, let's bring it back to my roots, what I have always loved, and it's drugstore makeup. It's where I started. It's what I was able to afford when I first got on YouTube. Within all these years, I receive a lot of PR, and it blows my mind how much some of these products are because I think of my own self and I put myself out, you know, as a customer thinking, okay, if I was not on YouTube and I was on a budget, or even if I did have the money, is this truly worth it? Like, is this product worth it? And I always gravitate towards drugstore. Also, thank you so much to all the compliments on my hair. I got it done last week. We got the black hole situation gone primer. So I actually have two examples for you. So one of my favorite high-end primers is Tatcha, and that's due to the skincare benefits, and it fills in the skin really well. I think in comparison is the e.l.f. Cookies and Dreams specifically. This is one of their newer ones from their launches, and it's just way more moisturizing in my opinion. And as you can see, I have a dent in this one, and I do use my Tatcha, but I don't know. I just love the way this glides on a little bit more. So again, just because it's expensive doesn't mean that it's the best, right? And then my second discovery is I finally tried the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. This is definitely a dupe for the Milk Primer. I will say this is more tackier upon application, but yeah. So today we're going to use the Cookies and Dream because this is my favorite one. It has honestly become one of my ooh, that was kind of a lot. One of my, I forgot I'm only doing half a face. One of my holy grail primers, and I like it because it's very moisturizing. And with Tatcha, obviously there's really good skincare benefits inside the product, but if anything, this is great because it's gonna fill in your pores and also give you some really nice moisture. So I'm just gonna do half and half. I was like, all right, let's do it. The Tatcha does feel a little bit less moisturizing, but it's pretty close. But I think their Cookies and Dreams hit it out the park. Just by going over my face and feeling each side, I really cannot tell the difference. It's so good. So now I'm going to show you a new brow product because you guys know my holy grail is the L'Oreal Brow Stylist. I remember I did that video in comparison to the Anastasia Brow Pencil. And I think it's very similar also to one of my top faves, IT Cosmetics. This is the Brow Power Micro, and this one is in the shade Universal Taupe. Now this one's pretty cool because the more pressure you put, the darker the color will be. So that's why it kind of makes it universal. The lighter stroke, then the lighter the shade. So it's a little bit customizable. I remember learning about that at one of their events, but I find that they have like a similar consistency because this brow pencil to me has a slight wax feeling to it, which isn't necessarily always my favorite, but this is like, it's right on the cusp where I'm like, okay, I really like you because you're clinging onto my brow hairs. The IT Cosmetics, it is a little bit more dry, but it gives you like the same exact effect and also longevity. And I say that because I do like this pencil, but I will say it doesn't last as long as my L'Oreal Brow Stylist or my other brow pencils. So I feel like they both have the same amount of longevity as well. But then also it has a little bit of a, not like waxy, but like emollient type of feel to it. Like it feels like the same consistency as this Maybelline one. But they both give the same effect, as you can see. Can't even tell a difference. Like the prices, I don't know them, but I'm gonna put them right here. Was that corny? Oh, I love corn. That corn song. I'm like, good for him because I love corn too. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, there's this cute little boy who went viral because he loves corn. And I love corn too. I'm gonna show you one of my favorite high-end palettes. And one is because the blendability is so good. And two, you don't have to dip into another palette. and 3, it's small. So it's the Natasha Denona palette, and I believe this one, I don't know if they renamed it or what, but I remember getting this from a BoxyCharm, but this is in the shade Peak, or this palette is in Peak right here. And the one that is very similar to me is All a Flutter from ColourPop. They're very similar if you just look at them. You just kind of like switch the shades around, right? They're just a little bit different. The only downside for the ColourPop one is that there's no matte cream, but I feel like that's a very common shade, and we all have that in other palettes, so I'm like, it's all right. They're similar enough, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be the same exact product, but a dupe is a dupe, and a dupe is just something that's pretty similar, right? So I'm gonna take this shade, and we're going to put the Natasha on my, oh, no, let's erase that. We're putting the affordable on this side and the high-end on this side. Oh my gosh, I just caught that. I literally just caught that. Will you guys forgive me? I mean, it's just shadow. It's not a lot. Okay. If I kind of mix the shades, then we're just going to do it up. Very similar, like they're the same exact family. And I'm just going to add a little bit of this orange to brighten this side up a little. And I mixed in the ColourPop. Look, it's the same thing. Oh my gosh, I'm telling you, like, I remember at one point when I started getting into high-end makeup and all this, I was like, oh my gosh, this is the best. This is so cool. You know, just trying out all this stuff. And then you soon realize, wait, how much is this? You're like, 50 what? How much is just that lip liner? Oh my gosh. Don't get me wrong, I do like high-end makeup, but it has to be something that's just like, yes, like I know it's never gonna let me down. It is the holy grail of that. It's like, if I'm gonna buy it, it has to be a holy grail. It has to be up there. Sometimes I'm just like, whoa, it's like the same thing. You would never know if you were out like whoa, girl, you're wearing a different shadow on the right eye than the left. If you have a friend like that though, they need to be cut. Tell me it's not the same. It's the same. Okay, so next up, I don't have a high-end eyeliner to truly show you. If anything, it's similar to a lot of them that are fine point, I guess you can say. The only one, I don't really have a high-end one that I'm currently using except the Makeup Forever, which I love, but I haven't found one that matches that true brown, so I don't have a dupe. But if you want a super affordable eyeliner that is mega waterproof, gets very precise, get the Profusion eyeliner in Wing It. I'm very surprised it hasn't blown up. I don't know, maybe it just looks like nothing, but it's like the smallest little brush. I will say the only downside is that I do feel like I go through this kind of like much more fast than my others, but not like it's done within 2 or 3 weeks. But I'm definitely repurchasing these. But it's so good. It's so precise. You can't beat it. And I love how small the applicator is because I find that this is going to be very user friendly. If you guys saw my last video, ooh, that affordable eyeliner was not it. I tried it again yesterday and I'm like, yeah, it's only meant for huge freaking wings. So next, let's go into mascara. Now, okay, wait, I was thinking about it. I was like, wait, I didn't show a high-end one here. I don't want to make any mistakes. So I just picked this up and it's the Lash Princess in Waterproof from Essence. It's brand spanking new. I haven't been able to get to Ulta, so I just ordered it off of Amazon. But I love this mascara so much. It's very waterproof. It compares to the Tarte Lights Camera Splashes. Even with application, I find that the Tarte does the same exact thing. It lengthens and just makes them have a lot of volume, and it's mega waterproof. But I also find that with this one, it can get clumpy. So both of them, in my eyes, tend to get clumpy if you don't layer on right away and you kind of let a little bit too much time pass through. I'm not going to wear any lashes today. I'm just going to keep it simple. But I don't have the best lashes, but I could really tell that they give the same effect for me. Let's see if I look up. I don't even know if that did anything. Okay, so next let's go into foundation, and I'm not even gonna lie, I really love a lot of drugstore foundations, but when I discover a high-end that I really like, I just think, damn, now I have to buy a high-end foundation, because I try to avoid like buying high-end things if I don't really have to, because there's no point. If you can save money and put that into something else, why not, right? So Urban Decay, what is this called? Stay Naked Hydromaniac. I love this formula. It is so damn good. It is thin in consistency, but offers really nice coverage. And it is the lightest weight product I have ever had. It says coverage up to 24 hours. The longevity is what got me as well. I said, whoa, again, foundations, they're very hard for me to be blown away. Also concealers, watch that last video. I got blown away by that concealer so much. I ended up ordering the full size, and that's because they had a sale. There was like a coupon code and it ended. So sorry I wasn't able to tell you ahead of time, but it's worth it. Okay, so we're gonna go, what shade is this? Medium. We're gonna just use the blue with the blue. Oh, on this side. Hydromaniac, and what's just as good, if not better, we're gonna see right now because it's like neck and neck because I love both of these products. The L'Oreal Paradise Skin, or Skin Paradise, right? Paradise Skin, I don't know, the Paradise is in blocks. Skin Paradise, this stuff right here. No, this is number 2. I am actually medium 1. The shade range is a little hard. Hold on, I hope I have one. Okay, I was scared I ran out. I have probably 2 more applications of 1, so we got enough for the video. So these 2 are the same in consistency, in coverage, in longevity. I'm gonna pour a little right here, and then let's shake up the Urban Decay. I wanna see which one's a little bit more thick or runny. So let's see, but they're pretty much just, oh, I think they're like the same. Yeah, they're the same in consistency. But the application, so here's the L'Oreal Paradise on this side. Hopefully it matches. It should though. And it's just so nice and thin. And now this one is the Hydromaniac using different brushes. Okay. So this is the L'Oreal. I didn't put too much product. I'm probably going to have to just layer a little bit more. We'll see how it works side by side with the Urban Decay because I didn't put too much product on this side either. But it's just so nice and light, and it just evens out the skin tone beautifully. Now this one is the Urban Decay. Okay, I will tell you right away, Urban Decay does have more coverage right away. But you can just always layer up. Unless I put more product on this side, but no, I'm pretty sure it does have more coverage because I remember how this works because it was so good. I'm just gonna add a little bit more of the L'Oreal Paradise on this side. If anything, the shade may be a little bit different. I could add a little bit of 3, medium 3. That's the thing, medium 3 is a little bit on the orange side. See that? So it will add that color, but it feels like the same exact product and it gives the same glow factor, you see? You're welcome. You can layer on the L'Oreal and it just feels so nice and light. Look at that. Ooh, I love it. Okay, I don't have any concealer, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put on my concealer. I mean, people compare the e.l.f. Camo to the Tarte Shape Tape if you wanna do that one. I do have it, but in my opinion, it's not exactly it. But it's pretty close though, but it's like, I'm not a fan of the camo and I'm a fan of the Tarte. So that's why I didn't want to do that dupe. A powder comparison. And honestly, this one really compares to a lot of different ones. And it's the number 7 Translucent Perfect Light. It is a very finely milled. I think it does an excellent job. The Maybelline Fit Me is good because it comes in multiple shades too. So you can definitely use that. But I wanted to show you this because I haven't really shown this on camera. Kind of press this underneath the eye. This is the more affordable. And I think it does a really good job. To me, it compares to like the Laura Mercier, my One Size, my Lawless brightening one, because this one does have a brightening factor to it, as you can see. So this overall was just a good powder if you wanted to try it out. It's really nice, flawless, and smooth. Next, I'm gonna use the One Size. I'm actually just gonna use the other side of the sponge. I really like it. It's brightening. It's the same product, and it does a really good job of sealing in the concealer. It's more similar, I love this, all this room. It's more similar to my brightening powder now that I'm putting it on. I'm really looking at it. It's very similar to the Lawless one. So overall, it's a good powder though. It's like one of those little small details where it's like, just get it, it's good, okay? It's good. I have a couple different blush products. So I have these 2 that I'm gonna compare. And the Rare Beauty is very pigmented. So if you didn't know, it's definitely, the pigment is there. So I just needed a little dot and that spread out right there. And then that shade is in Joy. And then I have the Pixie On The Glow blush. If anything, this does give a little bit more glow and it's not as pigmented, but a pro on it is that it's more user-friendly. So this one's in the shade Juicy. And they're both kind of like in the same like orange family, orangey coral family. So very similar. So next I'm going to show you another set. I have two affordable in comparison to a high-end. So the Milani Cheek Kiss, this one's in Rose Romance. We're going to swatch that one first. We're going to, oh, that one really came out. It was ready just to squirt. Super Dewy, which is my personal top fave from Revolution for a drugstore version. And this one's in the shade, what is it? Just says Liquid Blood. Oh, Flushing For You. Now this one is more on the creamy side and not as liquidy, but they're all creams, you know, in the end. In comparison is the NARS blush in Torrid. Also, Orgasm is a very beautiful blush, but this one, if anything, is kind of in this family. If anything, I mean, it could kind of go, actually, it could kind of go with this one now that I'm looking at it, but it's okay. It's just consistency-wise with the NARS and the Revolution is pretty similar, but I'm just going to kind of blend these out right there. So again, dupes aren't like the exact same thing, but the formula, they're all very, very similar. I kind of want to compare this one, Torrid, with this Pixie one right next to it. No, it's definitely more on like the orange side, but ooh, I need a free hand. But yeah, and it's much more glowy. If anything, I think the last three I swatched are very similar. I decided I'm going to go with the Rare Beauty, go with the Pixie because I haven't shown this. So here we are with the Pixie. I'm just going to place that right on top. I have seen people just place the product directly onto their face. I think it looks more effortless if you just get a brush and just stroke it through and let the bristles pull the product itself and then place it. And then, new brush, high-end side. Let's get the Rare Beauty. This one is so pigmented, it's like you don't want any. Like, I get scared of this blush, I'm not kidding. So if anything, the Pixie one is more user-friendly and much more affordable. But this one, if you know, you know. It's almost like you have to be so careful with it. Like, I barely put any on, like nothing. I'm just so scared. I don't know if there's like an orange shade, so that's why I'm like, oh, okay, it just hit me right now. So there may be an orange shade that's very similar to the Rare Beauty in this line. What else do we have? I forgot to do bronzer. Shoot. Okay, let's try to do that. Let's just do it. We have the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Very good bronzer. Almost landed on my shirt right here. This one's in the shade Deep Bronzer. And to me, it is very similar to my Jouer. Like the consistency, the ones right next to each other right there. Very, very similar. Blend great. I'm just going to use the Jouer on this side, obviously, the higher end side. Shoot, I totally forgot to go into that. I didn't see it. It was covered by another headband. And just, ooh, I hit pan right now. It just peekabooed at me. Right there. Woo. And just blend this one out. I have my Fenty Beauty powder. This one's in the shade 280, the Pro Filter. Right here. And what's very similar is my Maybelline Superstay. And I think you guys know how much I love this because look at it. It is so similar. It's like the same exact powder. These Maybelline Superstays, holy grail for me. So this is the brush I've been using with it. And it just sets everything beautifully. I haven't used it with like a powder puff to push it on to give extra coverage. But it's just such a great one. And it does the same exact thing. Because it does add coverage, this powder obviously. And then this powder is not just like a light set. It does add extra coverage. I didn't do a lipstick just because I'm like, there's so many good lipsticks. My Favorite drugstore? Let's put on my favorite drugstore. I'm going to look at it real quick. I'm so silly. I just did a lipstick declutter and I was raving all about this. And I said, oh my gosh, you guys, this lip gloss formula is just like this. And it is the Lifter Gloss from Maybelline is basically the Fenty Gloss Bomb. It is the same. So this one's in the shade 003 Moon. And then this one's in Fussy. Very similar, both pinks with like pearlescent glitter in it. So I'm going to use the Maybelline on one side. I was just like, how did I not remember this? And I use this all the time over lipsticks. But I'm just going to show you the side by side. Here's one side. It's kind of hard because it's going to look like the same exact thing. Like you're not even going to be able to tell. Like when the Lifter Gloss came out, I was like, you did that. Maybelline did that. Like, I love how drugstore, because so many people say, oh my gosh, like they're copying. No, like that's a good thing. And if you don't realize, like a lot of products are basically the same. Someone was talking about like doing dupes. Like say for instance, is it Estee Lauder or Lancome? They own L'Oreal. People were saying Kylie Cosmetics is like ColourPop. There's a lot of the same manufacturers. So yeah, they're very similar. I can't even tell a difference. I just see the beautiful shimmer on both sides of my lips. This one I kind of debated because this glitter is a limited edition one, but Halloween is coming out, so I figured I'd show it now. I absolutely love the heavy metal glitters from Urban Decay. I think they're some of the best glitters. They're so beautiful. And one that's in comparison is this Wet n Wild one. And this one was from a Halloween line. But like I said, they come out with these glitters during Halloween. So that's why I wanted to show it. So if you're a fan of the Urban Decay, or you just don't want to spend the money on just like glitter, go for this one. The Wet n Wild one. Same exact thing. Same multicolor shades. So we're just going to stick a little right here. You probably won't even be able to see it on camera, honestly. Just because it's like so... just gives you like that little pop. Well, you might be able to actually. Here, let me put on more. Glitters literally look the same. All right, guys, well, that is it for today's video. How do you guys think I did? I think I did a really good job. Thumbs up if you think I did a good job. Thumbs up if you think I didn't. But I did, you guys. Come on now. If I was out, would you be able to say, oh my gosh, all the products on this side are different than this side? No, I even mixed those eyeshadows, baby, to make it look the same. Click that bell, leave me some love so that my video gets out. That's the only way it'll show up on your feed as well as if you interact. So please interact, send the love. Hopefully you enjoyed this dupe video and I will see you beautiful people in the next one. Mwah. Whoop.